time of our lives.
I think the time of our lives, all of us in this room, and all the older prospective people out there, was definitely the crowning of the middle 60s to when the track Orange County closed in 1983. During that time,
That was a
oh
great
my
time.
God, it was the time of my life, time of your life, I'm sure.
Every Wednesday night.
Every Wednesday
Every
night.
Wednesday night.
We were grudge racing. We were having a blast. The parties, everything that we had. Nabisco, street racing at Nabisco. I worked at a place called Circus Wagon, which Big Willie and the street racers hung out at. And then Ron and I started a couple of people we know from that era. That was the time. You had Orange County, which had all the records. The Schley brothers. Everybody else knows. If you had a record, you go to Orange County Raceway, and you had good, clean
Best
restroom to
track.
go to when you had to clean
Best
up.
track.
It was the best track period. So those days are gone. From 83 to 87, I did the VW Nationals, and that was pretty good. That was a good payday for me, but not just that. I got to see a new era of racers come into the fold from Northern California, and it was a great time. The cars were fast. You know, we had Mark Deacon with a double turbo, K-Well deal. A lot of guys came out of the woodwork.
You could go on Wednesday night without calling anybody, because we didn't have phones much, and show up, and there'd be Clyde and Doug and Gary out there with their various cars, and Dean Lowry would show up on a Wednesday night. All the Schley, all the people that you look at nowadays that are, I hate this word, but are VW legends.
Yeah.
We're just out there having a good time on a Wednesday night, you know, because we could. And when it was daylight savings time, we'd get there and run until dark, and it would be 8 o'clock, and it was a great, joyous time.
All had fun.
And the mouth of the South was there, and having a good time.
Oh, mouth. Speaking of mouth, come on, I get some of my roots from you. Through the rallies. Give me this. Give me this. I can do that. I can
Yeah,
do
we
this.
used to have a little pansy.
It was
meal.
fun.
We used to do
Yeah, a
that.
couple beers. We get into
Yeah, a couple. So. Yeah.
So traveling the world, traveling the states, MC for multiple events. What would you say is like your top 3?
Oh, gee, well, my first, of course, you can't deny that, would be the European Bug-In. Those of
Big
us that
show.
have been there, it's the hugest show that I've been to. I did some things in England for Brian Burroughs. I did enjoyed those events. Japan, the European Bug-In and our Bug-In rate, of course, number 1 and 1, of
Right.
course. The VW Nationals for me, going back doing the family event in Jersey now 15 years, that's something that's taken place. I've had a lot of experience, to say what is your best. I've had so many best of. It's hard to put, who's the best of? There's so many best ofs. How do you put that in perspective?
Yeah.
But great times. I went to do an event for the California Import Parts people, Steve Stanbridge, in Vancouver, Canada.
Good
And
memory.
thank you, Steve.
Good memory.
Exactly, they're checking them out.
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah,
orange number 4, orange number 5. It was a stripper bar, and they brought me in because they had the talent from all the penthouse magazines doing their thing that night.
Oh darn.
So anyway,
I know what event just went to the top of the
So
list.
I always make friends with the bouncer, because if you don't know the bouncer, that could be a bad thing if you need somebody later. My friend introduced me to the bouncer. We hit it off immediately. About 5 minutes, 10 minutes later, goes in. We're all having fun, beers, whatever. And I look over to the right of me, and I see in the shadow, he's taking some guy by the collar. In the shadow, I see the guy's arm with a mug hit him on the head. Says, "That doesn't happen on my watch." "Excuse me." "Don't go out there, you're gonna get in trouble." "Excuse me." I walked out. To my chagrin, there was about 300 college students blocked off, careened off with tape, "Do not enter." The mounted police were on their horses. These kids were trying to crash, the scene and get into the bar. And needless to say, the bouncer hit somebody. I hit a couple people. We came in the bar later, and free drinks and kisses for the whole night. Because, and it's